Uncommon Analysis here. Today I want to talk about that shocking Iowa poll and the fallout from it. For those who didn't yet that missed this, and I don't know how you could if you're paying attention, but not everybody pays attention to politics. Uh, on November 2nd, the Des Moines Registry released a poll. And they released a poll basically saying that Donald Trump had lost the lead in Iowa. Harris was up 3. And that she was up 3 largely because women had broken huge for Kamala, particularly elder women, 64 and above, who vote very highly. They had broken 2-1 for Kamala, and younger women had as well, et cetera, et cetera. And basically it put the race at 47-44. Now, understand something. This poll should have been laughed off the face of the earth. It should have just laughed. In fact, this poll should have been laughed off the face of the earth. This is a poll in September. They pretty much showed the inverse. So Trump up 47 and Kamala Harris at 43. Now here we are, late October. The poll was released on November 2nd, saying Harris is up 47-44. Now this poll also showed 9% undecided voters. If you had no other data to go on, just the fact almost 10% of this poll were undecided a handful of days before the election. Well, a little more than a handful because it actually happened October 24th, but it wasn't released until the 2nd. That alone should have told any sane, rational adult that this poll is, well, first of all, it's way outside the norms of every other poll, which sometimes you do get an outlier poll that is accurate. It's very, very rare. This was beyond outlier. The typical poll at this point was showing Trump up about 8. That's about the average of polls were in Iowa, was Trump up 8. And not just one poll, I mean, pretty much every poll was showing Trump up 8 or more. So this was a huge outlier. This should have been laughed off the face of the earth, but because of who produced the poll and whose name was associated with the poll, these people latched onto it as if it was God. So it was basically a yield to authority, right? They have a yield to authority bias. That, ooh, wow, so this must be true, even though every other indicator is there. And like I said, the 9% being undecided alone, forget everything else, should have been a big indicator there's something wrong with this poll. But let's look at what actually happened here. What were the actual results on election day? Oh, look at that. Trump up 12.3. Kamala won 5 whole counties outright. That's it. But let's look how this is the reaction to this poll, and this is indicative. This is just one. I'm going to Bulwark. This is from Bulwark. And if you don't know what Bulwark is, basically, if you want to know what the Liz Cheney wing, quote unquote, of the Republican Party is up to these days, this is the never-Trumpers. This is what they're up to, guys. So this is when the
Hey
poll came
guys,
out.
Sam Stein here, managing editor
Look at that.
at
Look
the
at this idiot.
Bulwark.
Look at this idiot. Oh yeah, we got a
Tim's
poll.
throwing
We got
some
an Iowa
haymakers.
poll.
We got an Iowa poll.
Look at
It makes
Sarah's
no
smile.
sense,
I
but
haven't
we
seen
got
a
it.
smile from Sarah in like 3
Oh,
weeks. 4
Sarah,
weeks.
nice
Look, we have
smile.
an
So cute.
Wait, sorry. Before we
So
begin,
cute.
please subscribe to our
Yep.
YouTube page.
Hey, and
It's
subscribe to
very
my page
important.
too. If we're gonna do
We
a
love it when we
subscribe
get
page,
subscriptions.
subscribe
We
to
got
this
an
page too
Iowa
if you like
poll
its
out
content.
tonight. Not any Iowa poll. It's sort of the gold standard
Oh, now
poll
we're getting
of
somber.
Iowa,
Let's
and
get
really,
somber, Bill.
honestly, the gold standard poll. Pollster of the country, and
That's right.
Seltzer's poll of Iowa voters.
It's the
It
gold
came in
standard,
today
guys.
with a shock result. I mean, honestly, a shock result. It has Kamala Harris actually leading Donald Trump in Iowa by a margin of 47-44. That is a difference. Let me just say, margin of 47-44 over Donald Trump. A difference from September when it was 47 for Trump, 43 for Harris.
Now,
putting aside last September, this is like.
Wait a minute.
Hold on now, because they're gonna admit how insane this is to you, the viewer, but their internal processing will never even admit to them or even contemplate that maybe this poll's wrong and grossly wrong. Which let's listen. They're going to openly admit they're shocked by this result. It's mind-boggling. Their brains are exploding because of this result. Yet they're going to rationalize it rather than question it.
I want you to
Shocking.
repeat that because I had to look at it 3 times. I
did too. I thought it was
I first looked at the poll and I was like, great news for Kamala. She's only down 3 in Iowa. That was my initial reaction. I was very happy. I fired off a tweet about how happy I was, and then I looked at it again and I was like, wait a minute. She's winning by 3 in Iowa.
I honestly thought it was a joke when I saw
it was a joke.
Let me tell you something.
Here we go.
Last
Rationalization.
night, somebody did this. Somebody tweeted, new Seltzer poll has Kamala up 1. And I saw it and I immediately started freaking out. It was like somebody who was like, I just talked to Ann Seltzer. Like I called her, and then it was like somebody who was making a joke, and was trying to like break the internet with Kamala up 1. And of course it was going viral, whatever. 'Cause 1 Her up
Yeah.
1 is insane in the Iowa poll.
See,
Her up
it's insane.
3,
Right.
but here's the thing, you guys got to remember this. Seltzer, she has dictated, like she's not been the wrong one. Like there have been times where she has produced things that look like outlier
Here's
results.
the rationalization.
And what pollsters learned is that when Ann Selzer's poll looks like an outlier, you better shift your polls to think more like hers. It doesn't go the
Right.
other
I
way.
That's
think
right. That's right.
Well,
It
I
doesn't
think
go the
it's
other
worth
way.
going through a little bit of recent history and then
So
kick
here
it
we
to
go.
you.
Here we go. So there you go. Their rationalization. They intellectually know this poll is crazy. It doesn't make sense, but they want to believe it. They're yielding to authority. Here's their rationalization to yield to the authority. When in fact, well, yeah, Ann Seltzer does get it wrong, and she got it wrong horribly. Now, on November 7th, of course, they had to answer this poll, right? What the hell happened? We just said, and we told everybody that Kamala's up 3 in Iowa. Kamala's up 3 in Iowa, and this could be indicative, and the patterns I'm seeing could be indicative that there's this huge break happening for women, and it could go across the whole upper Midwest, and it could spill outside Iowa, and not only could Iowa flip, but they're going to win the whole upper Midwest, right? That's where they went with this. But here's what her response to this critique, okay? This is what she had to say. In response to a critique that I manipulated the data, or that I've been paid by some anonymous source, presumably by the Democratic side, or that I was exercising psyops or some other voter suppression, I told more than one news outlet the findings from this poll could actually energize and activate the Republican voters who thought they were likely coast to victory. Maybe that's what happened. That's right. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe that 44% of Trump voters that I polled and found suddenly turned into 56 in 3 days because this poll came out. That's right, guys. That's right, guys. Oh my God. On nearly quarter more, 25% more people showed up to vote for Trump than my poll found because of my poll. Oh my goodness. Anyway, yeah, and your reputation's in the gutter. This isn't the first time you've done something a little bit shaky. I know. All the bloggers think you're the best thing in the world, and they put a lot of hopes on you, especially the left wingers. But end of the day, this poll should have been laughed out of existence. Should have been laughed at the day it came out. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got for today. Have a great day. I'm out.